Hi, this is Fatoumata Diawara. Welcome to the Blues Kitchen.
Fatoumata Diawara is a Malian musician based in Paris. Since releasing her intimate debut album in 2011, Fatou has recorded with Herbie Hancock and Bobby Womack, toured with Damon Albarn's Africa Express, and performed alongside David Crosby at Carnegie Hall. We discuss her wonderful new album, Fenfo, which translates as Something to Say, and Fatou performs a spine-tingling version of Nina Simone's Cinnamon. And while you're watching, subscribe to the channel for weekly episodes of The Blues Kitchen Presents. Fatou,
Hi.
welcome to The Blues Kitchen. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Where have you come from today?
Yesterday we were in Amsterdam.
Okay.
Today we were in London, so we've been sleeping here.
And you're just about to set off on a huge tour as well, right?
Exactly.
So in a very short while, you're going to be doing a performance of Nina Simone's Cinnamon. But we'll come to that in just a moment. But I'd love to chat to you about Fenfo, your new album first. It's your second album. Is it something that you've been working on for 7 years? It is?
Yes.
So maybe you could tell us a little about that process.
Yes, the first one was like a kind of introduction by to the rest of the world, saying, okay, this is Fatoumata, this is how I compose, this is my approach to music. Do you like it? And and I'm very surprised that people, appreciated this simplicity. How, it was very simple. I've been learning how to play music on it. But the second one is like saying that, look at how, what I become.
And it actually translates the album title to Something to Say.
Exactly, Something to Say. And this is large. When I say Something to Say, it's like I've been working with a different artist, during these 7 years. Sometimes people can think that I'm lost, if I was waiting, I didn't have a songs and everything. It's like a saying, I still have a lot to say about music, But, these 7 years was just to get more experiences, because music is it's never done. You can never say that I know everything about music, even if you have been studying, or if you come from this strong tradition as Malian artists, because in Mali we eat music every day. It's like the one of the roots of blues music, We got it in our soul. But I wanted something different to Malian music. But working with Albarn, with all those jazz and blues, rock, artists, it was like to bring back, all those influences to my music.
Something that I found really interesting listening to the 4 or 5 tunes that are available of your album are that it's very much based in Malian traditions.
Yeah.
But you're not scared to experiment and move forward. So how have you found marrying, music that's hundreds of years old with modern technologies and productions and your new kind of fresh experimenting?
This is quite very easy for me.
Yeah?
Because it's who I am, because the tradition, I got it, it's in my blood, it's me. Yeah. It's my ancestral, it's my tradition, it's my culture, it's where I come from. It's like singing in a traditional way. It's something really natural on me. Adapt all those, traditional songs to jazz, to blues, funk, rock. It's like I've been studying this because I've been living in France for a while. I had a chance to be in touch with other type of music.
Something that I found striking was the difference in the sounds of the songs as well, because you've got pop songs, you've got something that you could describe as a funk song, an Afrobeat song, almost like an acoustic ballad as well. I mean, from what you're saying, it doesn't sound like that's even deliberate. It's very pure, it's just what's come out at the time. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it's exactly like this. But, again, for this new record, I had like 50 songs, because I spend my time writing songs. It's really one of my passions. It's like my freedom. It's like a breathing. Instead of smoking cigarette, when I'm stressed and all thing, I take my guitar and I write something. Not all are good, but most of the time, most of the songs are really good to make an album and also sharing to people. And I'm very engaged on my, I'll say not engaged, I'm very involved with what I do, because it's important for me to represent female artists, in general, but especially in Africa, because most of the time in my tradition, men have to play for women. It's even not easy to see women playing an instrument. Now it's starting to be common. It's starting to be common to see women playing a guitar, because I'm trying to fight to show this, to be an example. But before, all our traditional instruments, you can't touch them,
So in your lifetime, from when you were growing up as a little girl to now, how much has that changed? I mean, obviously you're doing very well and you're very successful. But if I were to walk into the average town in Mali, what would the music scene be like? Would it be very male dominated, or are there more women coming through and playing?
Women are coming slowly. In these 7 years,
7 years?
Yes.
So it's very recent.
Yeah. We do have a lot of women, female artists. But I mean, it's always a singer of somebody. Your husband must have been the band. I grew up with this tradition. It's like in my mind, it's normal that it's like music industry is weird for women. It's like you must be protected. You should have your brother playing for you, or your father, or your husband.
So there's been a long gap between your debut album and this record that's just come out. It's actually coming out next Friday, isn't it? 25th of May it
Yes,
comes out.
exactly.
But you've been anything but quiet or lazy. You've been collaborating with all manner of people from all walks of life, so Amadou and Miriam, Paul McCartney, Herbie Hancock,
Albarn.
Damon, Albarn, because he involved you with the Africa Express. You hopped on that train, didn't you?
Exactly.
I'd love to hear about some of those collaborations and how they came about.
All those, collaborations brings to me more than music. It's like a family. Because when I was 19 years old, I have run away from my family, I went to get my freedom, I left my family for 6 years. Nobody could know where I've been, I went to France for acting, dancing, I was looking for myself, how to get my freedom. And music is keeping me surviving, That's why I often say that I'm a survivor, because I could be married to my cousin, I could live my mom, same life as my mom. So music is my mom today, is my father, is my brother, is everything. So collaborating with all those artists is like my family is getting bigger. Yeah. For me, it's more than music, it's a family. Because when I see Herbie Hancock, even 3 weeks ago we were in St. Petersburg in Russia to play together for International Jazz Day. It's like we look at each other and we just get a good feeling, and I'm sure it's a feeling more than music. It's a family. I'm part of his family, and I'm so glad of that. It's like music helps me to build a new family, my hope family. It's like a hope family. Keep me living, testing the positive, part of this world, of just human being.
So let's talk a little bit about the song you're going to perform for us, the Nina Simone tune, Cinnamon.
Oh yes, let's go for Cinnamon. I love the Cinnamon.
You're the first person to do a Nina Simone tune, which is fantastic. But when did you first hear that song? When did it kind of come onto your airwaves, if you like?
It was in Paris, and it's my husband who introduced me to Nina Simone's record. And I got this best of Nina Simone. And it's strange, I love all of her songs. I love her voice. But this song is not the meanings, it's more the rhythm.
Yes.
The rhythm, the
rhythm,
intensity of, the rhythm, tack, It's like, I was like hearing my ancestral, spiritual rhythm, And I was saying, when I heard this song for the first time, I said, but she's African. My husband said, no, she's American. I said, no. This is from this is from home. He said, no, this is American women. I said, no way. But it seems like, I could hear the blues, blues and then these percussions, steps on it. And I said, okay, if I have to sing something in English, it's gonna be first this one, because it's,
Was that
quite
one of the first
familiar.
English songs that you learned?
No, not yet. I got one of Bob Marley, which is normal because in Africa we're used to Bob Marley. But Nina Simone, I have discovered her only when I came in Europe, in Western. Stranger.
Well, I think it's about time for a performance.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
This is my version of Cinnamon from Nina Simone. Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Oh, Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? How long that day? Oh, Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? Oh, Cinnamon, where you gonna run to? On that day, well, I run to the rock. Please hide me, I run to the rock. Please hide me, I run to the rock. Oh, along that day, but the rock right out. I can't hide you, the rock right out. I am gonna hide you guys, oh, on that day. Well, I said, rock, what's the matter with you, rock? Don't you see I need you, rock? Oh, Lord, 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 oh, Lord. So I ran to the river. It was boiling, I ran to the sea. It was boiling, I ran to the sea. So I ran to the river. It was bleeding, 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 bleeding along that day. So I ran to the Lord. Please help me, Lord. Don't you see me praying? Don't you see me down here praying every day? Along that day. He said, go to the devil, and then I ran to the devil. He was waiting, 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 waiting. And then I said, oh, I said, power. Hey, power, oh, power to the Lord. Hey, I said, power. Power.